What's up, guys? I am so fucking excited right now. I've been waiting for this album all year, and I finally got my pre-order in the mail on cassette. It's Bleed the Future by Archspire. Super happy to have this on cassette. First time I bought a new cassette in years, as in like an album that just came out. So first thing I want to show you guys actually is, well, aside from the cassette, obviously, is Ollie's fucking lyrics. And he posted a link on Instagram recently, just displaying the lyrics to this album. And it's over 19,000 words, and I guess that's typical for him, but like seeing 19,000 words printed for a death metal album and condensed down to fit a cassette tape fold out is hysterical. So this is what Ollie's lyrics look like in the cassette fold out. And I think that's fucking hilarious, and I am loving every little bit of that. So, Wretched Sound, reviewing the new Archspire album, minimal spoilers, not playing any audio out of respect to the band. I think only people who got pre-orders have heard the entire album by now. So the rest of you have only heard the 3 singles. So we'll leave it at that. I want to show you guys. Oh, we have merch. We have merch now. We have mugs. We have backpacks. We have masks. We have a few other Wretched Sound items in the web store that I'll link in the description below. And one of the things I want to point out on the subject of Archspire, in case you missed it when it came out on October the 1st, issue 3 of our printed magazine features both Dean and Claire Lamb. So, got a cool Dean interview, followed by a sick interview with his wife Claire from the Hallowed Catharsis. And that was a lot of fun to do. It was a lot of fun to pick both of their brains, especially coming off of being a tremendous 4 Levels of Death Metal fan. And they are premiering a new video today, actually, on October the 26th, 2021. They are doing 4 Levels of Death Metal with Whitechapel. So that should be on at 1:30 p.m. Eastern today. So anyway, all the plugs aside, links to merch and everything will be in the description below. Please subscribe if you like what we're doing. I know I have a lot of work to do, like, content-wise, but, like, we're off to a surprisingly good start for how small we are. Okay, so, getting into Bleed the Future. Drone Corpse Aviator. That was the last single, the most recent single to come out. Amazing horror and sci-fi themed video with creepy lab experiments and exploding heads. Very well done. Ollie put that together with his partner, I believe. Cinematic clean parts. Something that are few and far between in Archspire's catalog, but they do it very, very well. And of course, the signature Dean Lamb beefy pinch harmonics are everywhere. A lot of cool pauses in this song, and I could talk about the intricacies of the guitars and the drums and the lyrics and how fast everything is, but if you're familiar with Archspire at all, you already know it's fast. You already know it's complicated, fast music, so we don't really have to talk about that. Track 2, Golden Mouth of Ruin, that was the first single released from the album at the beginning of August. More beefy pinch harmonics, signature Dean Lamb pinch harmonic sound, surprising number of dumb guy riffs. Just simple slams, simple chord progressions. But these dumb guy riffs are so catchy, they make up for the brief lack of tech on the album. And Golden Mouth of Ruin showcases the coolest vocal layering yet. It wasn't the first song they tried Ollie's new vocal layering technique in when they were in the studio recording this album, but in track order, it's the first song you really notice it on, and what it is it's Ollie's default, call it a default growl or grunt, the tone you typically hear from Ollie when he's going really, really fast. but a lower inward kind of broken up in the throat underneath and detached, but so detached so quickly that it sounds like a constant sustained note. And this is layered perfectly syllable for syllable under the normal Ollie tone that we're all used to hearing. And Dean explained that a few times on the recent streams, and I'm not explaining it exactly the way he did, but it's a really cool, like, broken up inward uh, with involving possibly some tapping on the throat, or maybe just he's just doing it with his vocal cords and just cutting off the air and then releasing again. But he's doing it so quickly you can't hear the machine gun like effect happening in the lower register under the typical Ollie scream. But when the two are combined, especially the way this album was mixed so expertly by Flatline Audio, you hear. I've never heard anything like it in death metal or any genre of metal or any genre of music. Really cool, and they nailed that vocal technique for the title track, "Bleed the Future," and upon discovering it there, they plugged it like an Easter egg into every song. So there's at least one line in every song that uses this vocal technique now. Track 3, "Abandon the Linear." Cool, spacey, melodic guitar leads, like super 80s vibes when this song starts. It's almost very Blade Runner. I like that a lot. It's very unique for Archspire. Amazing bass breaks. Jared Smith is going insane in this song. I mean, he goes insane in every song. You can actually hear it. The guitars cut out a lot, especially in the first half of the song, and it's wild. It's wild. He's all over the neck. You can hear, and you can hear so many different techniques being utilized in such a short time. The finger style, the tapping, the sweep picking. I think he sweep picks with the thumb a little bit. Very, very cool. Eclectic bass playing. Ironically, though, this might be the slowest song on the record, but the riffs are so jam-packed with notes as a result. And that's something Malcolm said on Malcolm from Inferior, that's something he said on his channel recently when he was going back and forth with Dean. They talked about how, well, one of the benefits to slowing down a song is that you can double or triple the number of notes per measure. So it's really cool to hear that in action. Bleed the Future, the title track. For me, it's the perfect blend of diminished and melodic guitar writing. The clean part is very peaceful, and the distorted riff that follows is just too catchy. It's criminal. Lyrics are so descriptive about parasites. You believe Ollie is truly concerned. Great melodic solos that flow seamlessly with evil progressive riffs and transitions. Crazy pick hand endurance. The supremely fast alternate picking and tremolo picking just never ends with that song, especially in the verse riff. I was watching Dean play this on his channel. The verse riff of that song, I think it's two notes. I think he's going back and forth between, what would that be on an 8-string guitar? Like an F sharp maybe? Going back and forth, but it looks like he's going back and forth between the 1st fret and the 5th fret on that F sharp. But the right hand is just, it's insane. And the timing's weird too. Syncs up with the vocals when Ollie Mob chants "Gold Blood" and things like that. That never happens the exact same way twice. Happens at a few different spots in the riff, depending on the measure, which is really cool. So yeah, the title track is like it's the ideal track to be the title track. It's a perfect representation of the entire record. This was our album of the year before. Well, this was our album of the year when I found out about it. When it was announced, I knew what it was going to be, and no disrespect to any other bands who released music this year. I just love this band so much, and I know what they're capable of, and I knew where the music was going. So I couldn't take anything. I couldn't put anything else on a higher pedestal right out the gate. This is our album of the year because of the lengths Archspire went to craft the fastest, most intricate, yet catchiest, and most melodic record in their catalog, all at the same time. Every song has a unique personality and standout quality. Track 5, "Drain of Incarnation." Really eerie melodic bass, clean guitar intro. Spencer really breaks down the drums in this song, actually playing some downbeat, steady downbeat, instead of blasting through the faster riffs. Really long, intricate guitar runs, simple riff hooks that set up for really advanced sweeping. And Ollie's lowest growls on the record, I believe, are in this song, and the longest sustained notes in that register. Uh, Track 6 is Acrid Cannon, epic cinematic intro with soaring guitar melodies and super distorted bass. Just the bass is distorted extra heavily in this song. Interesting octave chords formed between both guitars. Really cool guitar runs happening between Toby and Dean, and they're forming an octave chord with each note. At least that's what it sounds like. Between the on an 8-string guitar, I think it would be between the F sharp string and the E string is where they would form those chords. It's really interesting to hear. Very mechanical sounding. More insane pick hand endurance during catchy melodic parts. The melodies are simple, but the picking speed is insane. Cool broken up mob chant section on Ollie's part over some heavy distorted bass and sludgy guitars. So it goes into kind of like a dumb guy part, but the vocals are really catchy. It's really cool. I think anybody who hasn't heard it, you're going to love it when you hear it. It's just a fun part. Reverie on the Onyx is track 7. Really interesting dark riffing with a lot of pauses. And that it actually reminds me a lot of the verse in the title track, Bleed the Future, just because these pauses never seem to be in the same spot in the riff, that opening riff. So it makes for a very interesting listen because you don't know where, like, they're gonna. It's kind of like a jump scare effect, like in a horror movie. You don't really know where that jump scare is going to be per measure. Insane gravity blast passages with bonkers sweeps and oddly timed big pinch harmonic pauses embedded within another cinematic clean part where the drums cut out completely and it's just so creepy and ominous. This record as a whole truly is a definitive technical death metal and progressive metal masterpiece, honestly. And track 8, AUM. No spoilers, aside from the fact that it starts with a hilarious voicemail intro. More scary clean guitar, Ollie's most aggressive track vocally probably to date, and the shortest song on the album. And Dean pointed that out, that the previous record, Relentless Mutation, ended with a Dark Horizontal, which at the time was the longest song the band had ever written. So I don't know if because they ended the previous album with their longest song, they wanted to purposely end this record with their shortest song, but AUM is apparently the shortest song they've written to date. And lyrically, I didn't really take a deep dive into this one, but a lot of people always wonder what the music's about. What's Ollie talking about? What are, like, these insanely long songs about lyrically? And the AUM is a recurring topic, and it's a telepathic cult that experiments on human biology. Horrific experiments are fleshed out in great detail, and that's what the majority of the songs are about. Going all the way back to Lucid Collective, possibly even All Shall Align. But okay, so getting into that, I haven't really read into this one yet, but this might be the big reveal, like and that's why it's his most aggressive track vocally, because maybe, the telepathic cult is fully explained. I didn't really spoil that one for myself before recording this. I just wanted to check it out later. But yeah, that's what we got. Bleed the Future, unquestionably the Wretched Sound album of the year, 2021. Flawless album. And I am going to wear this cassette down. Thankfully, I got 2. One not to open, one just to listen to. I love tapes. Sold off a lot of my tapes about a year ago. I'm going to be buying a lot back, though, I'm sure. So yeah, that's all we got. Thanks for checking us out. Again, no pressure. Links to the magazines and other merch in the description below. Thanks for getting us over 100 subscribers. We got the custom YouTube link. It's youtube.com/wretchedsound. That was the biggest thing to me right now. That was the only thing I was thinking about. Only thing I was concerned about at all was getting a custom YouTube URL. So thanks for getting us there. And yeah, go check out Archspire's Bleed the Future. It drops this Friday, October 29th, on Season of Mist. Take care, guys.